beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a topic that is profoundly transformative. We are talking about consciousness, we are talking about self-awareness and why it is so crucial for our self-development. Everything we are conscious about is what exists for us. So, for example, only what you can perceive with your five senses, this is your reality. Our perception of life is limited to the five senses at the moment. All we know about ourselves is we are a body, there is a mind, emotions, and that's all we know. So thing is that this survival mode, this physical mode, the mode of the form, the dimension of the form is okay, and this is one of the dimensions of life and of the human being. But there are deeper dimensions to it. You know that, for example, we use the senses, but we use only a little part of them, as we use only a very little part of our brain capacity. So if we go deeper in self-awareness and we dig deeper, we can touch a dimension of ourself that till now is unknown to us. It is a dimension that is stable, it is a dimension, it is an intelligence that we don't know now. And it is your ability to use your mind to its fullest potential. And this can happen only if you dig in deeper dimensions of yourself, if you go deeper inside your consciousness. To make an example, is like if now we would be in a room with a low voltage, just a little bit of light, and we just can see some objects and some other things, they are not in our experience, so they don't exist for us. But if we bring up the voltage, like if we become full light, then we will see everything that is in this room. Also things that we didn't believe possible, things that we didn't know exist. We will see people in a different way, things in a different way, and we will have another access to life. An important question to ask yourself is, are you responding to life or are you reacting compulsively to it? It's very important, because if you are self-aware and you notice that unconsciousness of other people, for example, triggers you and you react compulsively, you are a kind of a slave, because you are not free to consciously decide what's best for you. So first of all, we allow this person to smash our inner chemistry, and we know that when we get angry, we poison the entire body. So after that, we maybe don't think about the consequences, we finish the police, and we end up having a day that we never wanted to have to start with. So consciousness is very important because it sets you free. It sets you free to decide, do I want this consequence? I don't want it. What I want to have, so what has to be my response? How I want to react? And this is just another dimension of intelligence. And to reach it, you have to create a space, or you have to learn to have a space between you, your emotion, your body, your words, your reality now, and who you really are, like you, the consciousness. Okay, so the consciousness is like a second bird watching at the first bird. So the first bird goes into society, acts, works, become a YouTuber, and so on. And the second bird watches just from up above, without judgment, and it's always stable. It's always untouched by what happens in the physical life, but it has a kind of stability and of intelligence, and if you access this kind of intelligence, you can live life almost quite magically, because you are not enslaved by what other people do, say and think, but you are authentic enough and you have enough presence to be and who you are and do the life that you really wish to create. Just check on yourself right now and ask yourself how aware I am of my thoughts, of my emotions, of the way I react to people, the way I'm triggered, how I respond, how I trigger people, what are my mechanisms, defense mechanisms, my motives, my desires. So try to look at yourself, really to throw light to all these aspects of yourself, because self-awareness is just the first stage to become really conscious about life. So you access it and you go deeper and deeper, and the deeper you go, knowing yourself 360 degree, like really everything of you, will allow you to access another intelligence, another power, to use your mind to its fullest extent, to use your senses to its fullest extent, and things that you wouldn't have believed possible will happen to you, or you will be able to do things that you have never believed you could have done. Why is consciousness and self-awareness, why it is so important for self-development, for growth? It is important because first of all, in this period of time, more than ever, we need leaders that are very conscious. We have created technologies that are very high, but consciousness has reached not the same development. So we have created an intelligence, artificial intelligence, and we have really developed from the technological and intellectual point of view, but our consciousness has not developed in the same way. So we have in the hands things like an artificial intelligence, but we don't have the consciousness to take the right decision, to use it the right way. I mean, we could use it to destroy humanity and the planet, and we could use it to help and enhance humanity and the planet. That's why it's so important that new leadership is a conscious, compassionate leadership. This is why it's important to deepen self-awareness so much. If we want to manage other people, or to want to manage our life even, because even our own life is a matter of management. So if you want to manage your life and other people, it is crucial that you know how to manage yourself. Like you yourself, your emotion, your thoughts, your way of responding must be really balanced and conscious. If you reach this state, everything that you manage will not be a problem, but if you are a problem, how can you be the solution for the problems all over the world? This is going to be quite impossible. And this is the power of going deep within yourself and discovering who you really are, your authenticity, your values, and really this part of you that now is fogged by so many thoughts, thought diarrhea, and by so many going out, looking for happiness, going outward, self-expression, over perception. This is a time where we really need to get back into perceiving. We have to enhance our perception of ourselves, of others, of the world, because the world just needs it right now. Here are some concrete ways on how you can access this deeper dimension of yourself, how you can increase your self-awareness and your consciousness. So first of all, you have to go inside. This is the first thing, because you cannot know yourself better by going outside. I mean, you can, but it's like you're going like a car without GPS through life. Accidentally something might happen to you good, but maybe the suffering or the no good will be higher than good things. So best thing is really to sit with yourself, to create silent time with yourself, and just assess yourself on who you are, what you like, what you need, why are you doing, what are you doing. Meditation is the first tool. This is the tool that helped me a lot, because I was going only outwards in the first part of my life, believing that I would become happy if I have a job, a man, a daughter, this and that, just to notice in the end that I had everything, but nothing of this gave me this happiness and fill this void that I had within me. So for me it was really, really important to understand that the only one that can fill this void, it's me. The only happiness, the true happiness that I can find and the fulfillment that I can find, I will not find it going outward, but going inward. So going inward is the first step. So meditation, creating silent routine in your daily life, because if you are always thinking, speaking, expressing, there is no way you can really meet yourself, your true authentic self. So if you want to get to your powerful being, to your authentic being, it's really crucial that you create silence around you, that you spend some time with yourself, assessing yourself. Important is also going into nature, just walking in nature, trying to watch at things really. Also when you talk to people, don't talk all the time, try more to listen and to really watch at people totally, to be totally there. Just discover dimensions that are behind the person. What is this person telling me with the words, and what is his behavior telling me, the way he moves telling me, his eyes, what are they telling me, what is the story behind this person, and so on. Like this we access deeper dimension. The same thing we can do it with a tree, with the moon, with the stars, like trying to really have a connection with everything around you, because this deepen the way you experience life. So you can remain at the surface of life, but you can also go deeper, and deeper life has a totally beautiful other dimension. Okay, it's colorful, it's meaningful, it is purpose, and it is cooperation with others, and it is inner balance, it is mental power. So discover it just for yourself. Journaling, self-aware journal, for example, is also something that helped me a lot. Really, when you do things over the day, just stop 2-3 times a day and write on a journal, on an awareness journal, what you notice. Okay, I'm triggered always by this thing. When I don't get what I want, I become totally aggressive. This person triggers my anger. Why? And just meditate on these discoveries. You have to become a kind of a scientist of yourself, because knowing yourself is knowing the world. Why? Because we are a microcosm of the macrocosm. So you are the universe in a seed. So if you learn to really have the key to understand, know and love yourself, you will have the key to understand, know, love and connect with other people, with everything in life, with life itself. And this will make a life, you will be able to create a life that is a life that you really desire, that fulfills you. The life that you want to create, because you know who you are, you know what makes you really happy, and you go for it. To increase the level of your energy is also very important to assess deeper dimensions of yourself. So to increase your energy is very important the way you eat. So you have to eat food that gives you energy and doesn't make you lethargic, so that you can stay always switched on, no? You can be alert, let's say it, and notice and be aware. And so food, we said. Second thing is movement. So never forget to go dancing, moving, jogging, do your yoga. Just keep your body moving, because this keeps your energy in the body, the right movement. Not too much, not too less, the right kind of movement. This is also very important. So we want to be not the object of our mind, but the subject. We don't want to be thought, we want to think. We want to use our mind, our emotion, and all the power we have within to create our life. And we don't want to be an idea of ourselves that we have in our life and going the entire life chasing something in a wrong direction. You will notice that the more you increase your self-awareness, the deeper will be your relationships and your connections. You will have better relationships, qualitatively better relationships. Maybe less, but the one you have are totally beautiful. And also the quality of life. Your quality of life will increase exponentially. So just give it a try. Stay tuned. See you soon.